Then a scientist who is a senior lecturer in Institute of Genetics at Nottingham University. Her research work looks at the genetics and genetic engineering bacteria. She is particularly interested in how bacteria swim through fluids, liquids. Then a scientist working as color technician, which means she is specializing in hair color and tints. During her NVQ training, she had learn about the science involved in coloring and coloring hair. Handling computers in science lesson was a good experience for us. All this is science. Scientists working as civil servant. Dr. Jacqueline worked as a teacher for 2 years before she moved to Department of Education and Skills. She is now a scientific advisor in the Parliamentary Officer of Science and Technology. She works as part of a small team that helps MPs and peers to understand the science behind the issues. Just like quite a bit of work I'm sure DST is doing for our government also. Scientists working as presenter. David Bromfield on this program appears as a keeper at Chester Zoo. She is now an education officer at the zoo itself. Her job involves teaching children about a variety of biology-based subjects from classification and animal behavior. All this is science. Scientists working as programmer. James Murray makes computer program models of flowing fluids. These fluids could be waves crashing on a beach or the swirling gases around a newly formed star. He is working with an expert in computer graphics and visualization and wants to make better animations of flowing fluids in the movie industry. Scientists working as management trainer. Chris Stewart is a director for a management training firm. Chris designs and runs training courses covering a wide range of business ideas. He is also responsible for gaining new work from clients and for managing his company's computer and IT systems. Scientist is working also as an engineer. Catherine McDonald works for Jordan Grand Prix in the composite department as a designer. Her main job is to design parts of the Jordan car, mainly those that are made of composite materials. To do this, she has to work with other designers, race mechanics, and laminators for manufacturing of the parts. Scientists working as perfume chemists. Just imagine the wide range of areas in which the humanity is concerned. There are people are working over there. She works for a perfume company called Quest. When someone discovers a new perfume or do, she has to work out the best way to make it in the lab. The process she chooses has to be safe, environmentally friendly, and be economic. She also works closely with perfumers who test the smell of the molecules to see if it is good enough. Then comes, what is science? We must understand what is science, because then only we can be able to go into science. You know what is science, but let me tell you what I feel. Science more often refers to a way of pursuing knowledge, is often treated as synonymous with the natural and physical science. Is restricted to those branches of study that relate to the phenomena of material universe and the laws, with the inclusion of pure mathematics. What I consider science, I will begin at a later part of lecture when I do my viewpoints. When science is done with an inclusion of intangible aspects of reality, it is called natural philosophy. Why study science? Science explains the world. With it, it gives us the eyes to look at the world itself in a better way. Science helps improve our lives also. If I know science, mothers who have done the science course are able to manage their families better than those who have not done science. It is quite natural. Science can help you in making choices, like which gasoline to buy, what shampoo is best for my hair, what pain relievers work for me. To apply the same thought process, we want to learn about a star or a living cell. Science also helps you to understand mathematics, the language of science, to understand difference between hypothesis and theory. Hypothesis is educated guess, and theory is description of the world that covers large number of phenomena. To understand difference between prediction and testing. Every theory and law of nature is subject to change based on new observation. So nothing is final. Science still is in the building stage, and as you have seen in the previous inaugural address, all the predictions that were made in the past did not stand the time test and have been proved to be wrong. I wish you are also able to prove many things which are being talked about now as they are wrong, and you can make a better world. It also helps you to understand the scientific method in operation. Understand the ongoing process of science, that is biodiversity. Science can help you understand that in physics we search for laws that describe matter, energy, forces, motion, heat, light. Try to be as systematic as possible. Then the knowledge becomes very small. If you try to be at the focus of the knowledge is very small. Whereas if you try to look it from a distance, it becomes very large. The shadow of any object, if you try to create it at the point itself, it is very small. But if you throw the light from distance, then it becomes very large. So you can make your study very simple if you can understand where is the root, and at the root itself the whole plant is in your hand. Chemistry, we study materials, their properties and atoms in combination. Astronomy, we study of stars, planets and other objects in space. Geology, study of origin, evolution and present state of Earth. Biology, we study of living systems, living processes and living things. Science can help you establish communication with scientists through scientific meetings, journals, publications. I mean, if you know the subject, then when you read a person having reported some findings or paper on the same subject, you can understand. It will become at a later stage virtually as I know Greek, you know Latin. So if someone speaks in Greek, I can understand. So if someone has reported a paper in the field in which I am, I can understand better than someone else. Journals, publications, reading papers published by scientists containing results